Hello guys, this is Ben from UpBots, and today I'm in this call with Neil, our marketing director. Hello Neil.
Hello. Hey everybody.
So, well, it's not already the end of the month, but we thought it could be a good idea to make an update about this month because we received a lot of questions. And well, we have a lot of things to say and we would like also to answer to many of your questions. So that's why we are making today this video. Maybe it will be a little bit long, but it's going to be full of information, also with some good news. So let's go. Are you ready, Neil?
Yeah, there's just a lot happening at the moment. We could probably do a video. If we have the time, we could probably do a video nearly every day. There's so much happening. Anyways.
Exactly. Well, so for the quick updates, here is the agenda. We're going to talk about the phase 3 and know what. That was the question we saw on some places. It wasn't really clear, apparently, what do we plan to do right now. So we're going to try to explain you that. There is also for the beta, so it's live right now. And we had some bugs recently. Neil, you made an article about that. You explained the reason. Actually, we had some issue with some developers, but we're going to explain you that they are going better now. They had personal issues, but it's fine, and we are going back on track. There is also for the IT planning. I know how important it is in the crypto space to know exactly what the project will do and what is the planning for the coming weeks and months. So I'm going to explain you a little bit more what we are planning, and I'm going to show you what is the different tasks on a Trello page, so you will have a good representation on what we plan to do. There is also, of course, the marketing planning, and Neil will explain you that actually deeply, because we have some slide about that. We got also some people asking what we are doing in marketing, what we plan to do, and that's exactly why we're going to talk about that to answer to those questions. Then there is, what about the PancakeSwap farm pool, because it's just ended, and well, we have something else to replace it, and you will have all the info. And in the end, we're going to try to answer to some of the most common questions. And let's start with the phase 3.
So phase 3, obviously, we just kicked off 2 weeks ago on the 4th, I think, of August, and it's live. We're very excited that the performance fee system is now operational. Obviously, a lot of bugs crept up, but Ben is going to talk about a number of different aspects to that, including why we needed to have multiple phases and like what all the phases are, I guess, so that's a bit clearer, because I think there's been a lot of confusion about that. So yeah, that's basically it. As you can see there, Hola Gems gave us a shout out for the
by the way, thank you to him.
Yeah, thanks for that. So yeah, Ben, do you want to take over?
Yes, that's really something important here, is that with the phase 3 we launched the performance fees distribution, and that's also a game changer, since now if you are staking UBXT you will receive part of the performance fees that UpBots is receiving. So that's really cool, and that also can help the token and the tokenomics, especially with the arrival of new algorithm in the future and many more customers. And we already share a lot of UBXT, by the way, thanks to this system. So I think that the stakers are quite happy with it.
Yeah, and I think it's important, something I should have said but didn't, is that with phase 3, what's important to understand is the performance fee system is live. So when you trade with a bot, you have to pay a performance fee when you win, only when you win. When you don't win, you get credited for the equivalent of the fee you should have paid if you had won. So it mitigates a little bit of the pain of the loss, and it shares it amongst UpBots and the algorithm developer.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's our everybody wins or nobody wins system basically is live. So yeah, performance fees go to the stakers and they go to the burn program. So our tokenomics is now in full effect, and UBXT is a deflationary token.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, maybe, well, we are talking about the phase 3. I will maybe start also to explain a bit why we needed some phases. I already explained that in a previous video, but it's important to understand that, and also the status and what is planned for the future. So why we had some phases? Well, the reason is that we built everything in-house. Since the system we want to create is very unique, there is no way for us to just take some already coded solution. So we had to do everything, and so, well, it takes a little bit more time, and we also have to check for the security, to check that everything is working perfectly, the APIs, the calculation of the performance, the orders, etc., etc. So that's why we had 3 phases. The first one was an internal test of everything. At the end of that, we started the phase 2. So we accepted a few users to try and test the interface. And then with the phase 3, we opened the interface to everybody, and we moved from the demo version to the beta version, since with the beta, all the users will have to pay. It's beta because we may have some bugs. That's, well, that's normal. It's a really huge project that we are developing. So it's beta. We may have some bugs, but we are trying now to correct them. And also we are also working on, well, the phase 4, which is the next phase with the launch of the V2.0. So that's the new interface with the new design, with some new features as well. And with this phase, we're gonna make the big marketing campaign about the commercial launch. It will still be a kind of beta version because we may have some bugs in the coming weeks as well. I mean, it's not impossible. So as long as we are 100% sure that there is absolutely no bugs on our interface, we're going to stay in beta, but it will be, and it's already commercial versions because the people are paying. And so with this phase 4, we are preparing that for normally September, but with the IT, we actually, we hope that it's going to be in September, but we never know because we may have some other priorities in the meantime. But normally it should be possible, and it will include the removal of capital limit on algos, because right now we still have a limit on all the algos. We had that for security reason, right? We're going to also add now the several new algos, and the marketing team made a tremendous job for that, because we are now talking with, I don't know, something like dozens. 20 or 30, really more actually,
algo developers.
And we are right now adding them on the planning to add all the time new algos, if they are, of course, validated by the team. In the phase 4, as I said, there is also the new interface and the big marketing campaign.
Just on the algo, just a quick word on the algo developers. If you're watching this and you're an algo developer, I mean, our goal is to have every algo developer who's world class on the platform hosting their algorithms. So feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you.
Exactly. You can contact, or you have the email at the end of this presentation, but you could also find all those information on the website, on Telegram. So feel free to contact.
Just come into our Telegram. Yeah, we've got a great support team there, and they'll point you in the right direction.
So I was talking about the new interface. I already showed some picture in the past. I'm going to show you a little bit more. Yeah, it's still maybe a little bit more sexy than what we had previously. So we took all the feedback of the users to change everything, because we wanted to have something very different. Maybe it was a little bit too different and maybe not complete. So we adapted all the pages. And for example, here, the manual trade page, which is something more common, let's say, but that will allow all the users to have a better view on the trading journey, especially for the manual trades. A particularity is that we are showing also the balance on the wallets. It's a feature I wanted to add because, personally, I'm also making a lot of manual trade on different exchanges, and sometimes it's just hard to know what you have in your wallets, because it's not presented on the trading page. So that's, well, just a small thing, but I wanted to point it out because I find it quite useful, to be honest.
Agreed.
So here it's another, well, the other pages. We wanted to have that light mode, night mode from the beginning, but well, at the very beginning, we had to launch something very quickly because we were listed on FTX and we had to show a kind of demo. So we pushed the first version we had, and then we had to work on it. But well, it wasn't perfect because we had to do it quickly. And so to have the light mode, it would have been too much work. So we waited to create and to build this V2 of the interface. And with it, we're gonna have that, those both versions. That was the home page. That's for the bots. So you see it's very different. We have a better presentation of the figures, of the process. There is the best bot of the weeks. That's going to change all the time as well. Well, the idea is really now to have something easier to understand, to have something clearer and, well, good looking as well. For the wallets, the portfolio evolution, there is also a lot of modification. And well, there is the other screen. So right now the design is finished. Everything has been implemented, and we are testing the new version to see if everything is working as it should. So well, we are really at the end, and we should be able to push that really, in not a long time. So that's why I said normally September.
Yep.
So maybe Neil, you could, since you made an article about that, maybe I could let you explain.
Sure. Okay. Give your throat a break. Okay, so the beta is live, but what about the bugs? Well, obviously, the reason we have a beta is because as much testing as we can possibly do before we add the scale of having all of the users use it at the same time. There's going to be some things that crop up just as a consequence of all those extra users. So I'll just run through the quick kind of an overview of the major, I suppose, bugs that we've come across to date, and hopefully try and explain a little bit about what's happened. So first up, there was a big issue last week with deposits taking forever to arrive basically into UBXT wallets. Obviously, that's not an ideal situation for anybody, and in crypto especially, we can completely understand how that would freak people out in the sense that, it's your money and you send it and then it disappears into the ether. I still feel nervous when I make transactions, so we completely understand that. But that has been pretty much solved, and it's a manual process as of the time of recording, but it should be a automatic process in the next 24 hours or less.
Actually mainly the chain backend system, and the system was too slow in comparison with the speed of the blockchain. It's something that we discovered recently with the deposits, and it's very critical. I mean, only one of our developers, and it's the CTO, has the access to it because it's, as I said, critical, and it's the money of the users. So only him is able to update and to implement the solution. But well, we have a solution, an issue with him.
Yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and it is a pandemic at the moment, and it's touched everybody. Anybody watching this video, I'm sure, knows someone who has been hit in some way or other. So in his case, it was quite bad. But in any event, the fixes for that are underway. The reason that we had the problem is actually an unintended consequence of us employing very good security around users, any UBXT and user funds, etc., like that. So, that's
so just to be clear, the money of the users are not lost, never.
Yeah,
so it's just that it could take time to arrive on the wallet, but it's not lost, all right?
Yeah, and it'll always arrive. Yeah.
And our CTO, well, I told to him recently, and he will be there normally today at the end of the day to first check the situation, and normally by tomorrow he will be able to come back completely. So everything gonna be solved and come back to normal in a very short notice.
All right. So that was the first major issue, and yeah, just whatever is, I think that should put people's minds at peace. You know, there was never an issue of UBXT going missing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and everything's systems will be back to normal. Yeah, in the next 24 hours. Withdrawal of rewards on the staking pools. That problem has been solved, and a process has been put in place to prevent it from happening again. So that's effectively.
It was really a very small issue, but some people had issue to withdraw the rewards only, not the token, just the rewards. We added that, and now it's of course solved, and they all get back their token. So everything is perfectly fine.
Yeah, and the last sort of major issue that we've had for a little bit now is around the data that shows up in the portfolio evolution. So as you know, if you've used the portfolio tracker inside of UpBots, it's linked, so it updates dynamically, which is pretty nice. But we are using, we partner with Covalent, and the Covalent API returns the errors that are creating that sort of visual effect of it looking like it's not updating properly, or the data that's there appears wrong, basically. So we're in contact with them, we're working with them, and we're encouraging them as much as possible to basically to fix that. But yeah, it's a little bit outside of our control, other than basically harassing them to fix it. So we have a lot of confidence in their team, and I think I speak for everybody when I say we're sure that they'll get it resolved. It's just one of these things. It's a sort of a teething issue, I suppose, for them.
Yeah. We are talking with them every day. They are really professional. Well, they made their own ICO. It's a great success as well. They're really good. Now we have some small issue, and just like for UpBots, I mean, they are always trying to improve their the tool and the solution. So I have absolutely no doubt about what will happen and about their ability to solve those issues. So, well, it should be solved also in a very short notice. All right. Okay. And now let's talk about the IT planning. So I'm going to show you. I did a Trello with some cards. If you are used to Trello, the image I'm going to share is just for you, for the users and investors. So it's an oversimplified representation of the next prio of the IT team. It's not. Yeah, all the points are not there because there is also some backend tool that we have to, or code that we have to redo to develop, or we may have some new priority because we found new bugs or something like this. So it's just to give you a representation of what we plan to work on. And well, this is of course for guidance and for information purpose only. So it may change. Right, so let's go. Well, in August, we still have a few days, and we have a quite big planning actually. So I will not explain everything because that would be really too long. But we have some bugs
like that here we're gonna video.
Yeah, maybe. Here there is some bugs that we are currently correcting, and actually some of them are already done. So well, that's a little bit outdated, but that's fine. I did that on Friday, and they worked during the weekend to solve that. There is the algo developer mode, so that's for the algo dev. We have a specific page for them to see how many people are on their bots, how much they are earning, what's their profits, etc., etc. So it was something important for the algo dev also to bring more developers. The creator bots, well, actually, I already said that last time. It's still in testing. It's just that the developer in charge of this had to work on other priority, but we are going back to it right now. There is new algos that will arrive. Server that's for the backends. We also plan to add now the Binance US exchange. We know that we have well, a lot of US users, and so they will have the possibility now to trade also, yeah, or to let the bots trade on their Binance US exchange. Still for August, we are still working on new fronts. So that's okay. Here it's not because it's here that it will end in August, right? It's just we are working on it in August. So it should be or the end of August, or if we have some difficulties, maybe the end of September. I don't know, but we are close to the end of the new front. There is the process of the 2FA. So that's also something we are changing it because we received some comments for that for the people who lost their 2FA access. Well, it was maybe a bit complex to get it back. So we are changing the process. There is the vault. There is some element here for the AlgoBots settings. For example, we would like now to let the user have a fixed amount. So when you activate a bot, you can have you can decide between a percentage of your available balance or a fixed amount, and it will be the same one each time.
Yeah, that's a big plus for people who want to have multiple bots trading on the exact same sub account or account.
Exactly.
And I just want to quickly, before you move on to another thing, just go back and say that Ben and I we talk about this all the time, and he's dealing with IT, etc. When Ben says new front layout, he means the new interface, basically.
Yeah,
not just the front
V2
page that you log in, just in case people are confused.
V2, I'm talking about the V2, yeah. Well, as I said, with the Binance US exchange, that's for really normally the wallets tracker, but it will be also for the AlgoBots. There is open order view, a new page we would like to add as well, because if you want several bots, now it could be maybe complex to know exactly which bots is open and which one is closed. So we're gonna add that new page. It's also a feedback we received from the users. And there is, we're gonna start also to work on the referral system. That's a big task, and that should help a lot and maybe bring a lot of new users. For September, and well, very shortly, we're gonna move on to the mobile application. Actually, the mobile application is already done, but we are waiting the update with the new the version 2 of the app to make it public. There is BitMEX, the margin, so short trading, leverage, new currency for the platform. So right now we have dollar and euro. And we're going to add more because that's also something feedback we received. So we're going to do it. There is a better onboarding for the users, the close now option for manual trades and for the AlgoBots as well. And well, many other bots, AlgoBots, DCA. So that's the feature for the Algo Dev. They ask that. That's the way to have multiple entries for the trading bots. And well, many other things, new languages, etc., etc. And that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's
the
go
outlook
to the next slide.
The outlook is busy, but we have a lot of confidence that all of this stuff is going to be live and available for everybody to enjoy and to make the most out of. Very, very soon. Yeah. Every day there's huge improvements and advancements.
Here. Actually, for the backlog, it's a very, very long list with many elements. So we have a development for the coming years, I would say. And well, maybe that the road is still long to have every features, but we will already have a very, very amazing platform. Well, we already have an amazing platform, but even better in the in the coming weeks with all the features.
It's going to get better and better and better.
Yeah.
not even, I can't even say until the end of this year, until the end of this year, until the end of next year, until the year after. Like, we keep adapting as well. You know, when the community tells us things that make a lot of sense, we always listen.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Many features actually that we saw on this list were asked by the community. So I saw a few days ago that someone was asking if we were listening to the community. And honestly, we do. I'm on the chat. If needed, I'm answering to the people there. Everybody can contact me anytime and I will answer to them. And actually all the team. And if you have any idea, recommendation or whatever, always feel free to contact us, and we will add it on the list or explain you why it's not possible, or to maybe just tell you that it will arrive and that's on the planning. So, well, no matter what, just send all your recommendation. That's fine for us.
Yeah, exactly. There's only 1 degree of separation between anybody in our community and the core team. So,
exactly. And
that's something that we pride ourselves on. Like, we want to, you know, the community is so important to the project. So, yeah.
All right, Neil. Now let's talk about exactly the marketing. Yeah. I know it's something that the user and the community is talking about a lot. So I will let you explain everything.
Yeah, everybody wants to talk about marketing because marketing means token price appreciation, seemingly, to a lot of people. So, okay, let's dive into this. So look, first of all, with the launch of the commercial engine of the beta commercial version of the platform, we reached a massive new milestone for the project, not just in terms of IT, not just in terms of the entire ecosystem of UpBots and the users, etc., but also in terms of the type of job that I have to do and my team has to do in marketing. So we needed to sort of restructure things a little bit to take that into account, because now you know, a lot of the function of marketing is about acquisition, finding users and making sure we keep users, because our tokenomic is directly tied to the platform. So the more users we have using UpBots, the better the token will appreciate in price, the more tokens that get burned, etc., etc. So we've broken the department into sort of 3 teams. The acquisition team, who will focus on campaigns relating to acquiring new users. The optimization team, who focus on user retention campaigns and initiatives. And the satisfaction team, who focus on providing basically world-class customer support. So one of the goals with the team satisfaction is that I want everybody who has a problem to say afterwards, wow, well, those guys at least, you know, okay, there may have been a problem, but they did everything. They killed themselves to fix it, and they did an unbelievable job. You know, so I really have a lot of confidence in this project. That's their goal. So each team has their own set of KPIs, all of which, when they are achieved, will help move the needle towards greater UpBots adoption and increasing the token price through making our tokenomics work as efficiently as possible. And our tokenomics are really well designed. So if we do that in marketing, everything else will take care of itself. So strategy-wise, what does that look like? Well, the market's more favorable at the moment, thank God. You know, bugs are being squashed all the time. Improvements are being made on the daily. So we have begun to spend marketing budget again on external resources to help us spread the word and, you know, bring awareness to what we're doing as a project. So in the next, well, we're halfway through August right now. So I suppose for the remaining 2 weeks of August and most of September, what we're looking at right now, or the outlook looks like, our goal is to grow the UpBots user base. We want to get up over 35 new users a day, which is around 1,000 a month. I think we're actually over that at the moment. Again, thank goodness. But that's our baseline. That's what we want to try and hit. I want us to try and convert. So that first point is sort of team acquisitions goal. That's their targets. The optimization team, their target is to get 20% of our current user base using the bots. So that'll add about, at the moment, well, actually when I did these numbers, we were at around 8,500 users. So that was going to bring about another 1,600 bot users. That'll be a huge improvement to how well the tokenomics are, or how well how much tokens are being burnt and how much is going to the staking pools. We want to grow our audience size on all channels. I'm looking at around 10% per month is the ideal. That one's going to be a little bit more challenging, I think, in the coming months, but we'll see. So that's where we're at in terms of our very high level strategy.
As you said, here one of the most important figure here is the number of active bots, and because it will have an impact on everything about for the stakers, because the revenue for the staker will be higher thanks to that, but also for the tokens, because to activate a bot you need tokens. So it's going to be a higher buying pressure on the market. So, but in order to have those bots, we need more user as well. And so, that's why we divided the team into those three teams. It's really to have a better system and to have a better organization. There is a difference between a launching product and a working product. A launching product is really based on maybe the acquisition rather than the others. And here, now that we are here, we have a platform working, up and running. We had to make those changes, and that's why we are doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's move to the next slide.
Yeah. So looking back, just to touch on some key numbers, and I won't dwell on this too much, but in the last 4 to 6 weeks, we have hosted 3 AMAs in our group. In the past, when we did that, it brought a lot of new users. So that was one of the reasons it's part of our strategy and continues to be part of our strategy.
Yeah. Because maybe actually some people are saying that we are not doing marketing, that we are not doing anything. Honestly, it's completely wrong. We are doing marketing. Yeah. And the thing is, it's not because they do not see that it doesn't exist. It's just that maybe we are targeting another kind of users or another population, another target group, And here we are showing some of the things we are doing, like for AMA. People are saying you should do some AMA, but actually we are doing those AMA. That's also a way to attract new users. So,
look, in the past, it has proven as a way that we can bring new users into the channel. When we do external AMAs and we bring people into ours, both has had a positive impact. And actually, I wouldn't say one more than the other. They've both been around the same. So we will continue to do that a little bit. We had a review in the capital. Also, there's an interview going to be going into the capital at some point soon with Ben. That was also syndicated to about a half a dozen other publications online. So that's just a little bit of extra reach. There was
we also had one influencer. He just published today a video about UpBots, right?
That's right. Yeah. Professor Crypto. Yeah. Ben had an article in Coin24, which is a French publication. We have, at the moment, we're actively discussing with multiple influencers to get involved. So that's actually a little bit farther along than when I put these points in the slide here. We are publishing around just under 5 tweets a day on our official account. So we are very active on Twitter. Crypto Twitter is sort of where it's at in terms of social media. So we try to be as active as possible there. We try to be as transparent as possible with everything and make sure we tell everybody about everything that's going on. We have contacted more than 150 algo developers to attempt to onboard them into the UpBots ecosystem. As we said a little bit earlier on, there's dozens of those are midway through that process. So so that's going very well, I would say. And we made 24 announcements in Telegram and all across our social networks. So we post things to, just so everybody knows, to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, When we do any video stuff, it goes to Twitch and YouTube. And also we are on Blockfolio Signal, now called FTX Signal. So it's been an extremely busy couple of weeks, I would say, since the start of July.
And the team wasn't in a holiday. So.
No, Ben was on his honeymoon. The rest of us were here working our asses off as usual. So so
it was just 1 week. I wasn't there for 1 week. All right, but
that's
during that time,
7 years in the regular time, you know.
That's right. But the team was there, and you did a fantastic job. So.
But we were all working very hard and look, at the end of the day, you know, marketing is one thing. When you're lucky enough to be able to do marketing in a vacuum, like I did for 20 odd years before getting into crypto, you can say whatever you want whenever you want. We unfortunately are subject a little bit to the winds of the crypto market. So when the market is just red candles all day long every day, there is less that you can do than when you've got green candles. So
spending money when the market is going down is really just a waste of money. All the marketers, all the influencers, even themselves, they are saying us, well, right now the market is going down, so even if you buy something from me, well, you will have absolutely no impact. That's really a matter of moment as well. We have to choose or battle and choose when we're going to spend money on the market, in marketing, and when we have to just wait.
Absolutely, yeah. You have to be smart about these things, and timing is very, very important.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Okay, so inside of the way that we do marketing at UpBots, obviously we have the team, we have the different focus areas of each member of the team, but then underneath that, things are typically broken into campaigns. So we bundle up a bunch of tasks and activities together into a campaign designed to achieve a specific outcome. So I'm going to run people through all of the active campaigns that we're working on right now. So all of these things are things that we would have started sometime in the last 6 weeks, maybe some of them at the start of August, and they will run until they're complete. So first up is our bot activator campaign. This is a huge part of the optimization channel of marketing. And basically the idea is that you send UBXT to an UpBots wallet and you get a UBXT virtual credit on bots. That's going to be a somewhat limited offer, but right now it's 1,000 UBXT per bot, and you can send any amount of UBXT to your wallet, to your UpBots wallet. How much you want to send is something that you should consider, because you have to pay gas fees and all that kind of stuff to get it onto UpBots. Then you don't pay any more gas fees until you want to take, if you want to take anything back. Basically, that's the only time that you would pay.
So the idea is really to let you try all the different bots with some virtual credits. So as Neil just said, you will have 1,000 UBXT per bot. It's virtual credit. It means that you cannot withdraw them, but it will let you try the system and see how it works. Exactly.
It takes the risk out of it a little bit and allows you to have a flavor of bot trading. So that's the sort of major campaign that we will be running in the lead up to, on the optimization side, on the lead up to the sort of phase 4 version 2 and the big marketing push with external marketing. So then we've been testing out a visual content campaign for the last probably close to 6 weeks, and the idea with this was that we would use a series of visual content for social media that highlights the key narratives of why UpBots is something that people should care about, basically. So one of the things that we've done with this is an example of this is where we talked about bots trading versus human trading. So the benefits of trading with bots versus the characteristics of trading with bots versus the characteristics of trading as a human being with emotions, etc. It's usually a number of visual images to kind of highlight a concept. So another one that we did was the performance fee system, and how that's a really good system, and that it's a fee that you should be delighted to pay because it means that everybody's incentivized to help you win, for example. So that's gone very well so far. So we will continue to do that, I think. Another campaign that we've been running is the bot debut campaign. So this is where we put out, you can kind of see an example of that here with the Meet Optimus. So basically we put out, it's a visual, you can see an image of the bot with the Algo Devs logo on its chest, and it talks about the performance of that particular bot over the last, whatever the period is, 3 months or 6 months. Yeah, so that's it. Just gives you a little flavor of the different bots that we have and the type of returns that they've been gaining. It just allows people who haven't signed up for an UpBots account, who've heard about UpBots and maybe thought to themselves, must give that a try sometime, to see, wow, like these bots are actually doing quite well, despite the fact that in this market it's been extraordinarily difficult to make money unless you're an extremely skilled trader. Yeah. So that was the idea there, and again, that's been quite well received. Other campaign initiatives are, there's a press release going out about the commercial version launch. So that's about 500 publications will get that, including some major ones like Yahoo Finance and a number of others, big brand names. So they'll have the choice to pick that up or not. But the PR agency that we're using are very good, so they should get us in a lot of places with that. We have influencers. Professor Crypto has actually already published that YouTube review, and we're actively speaking to, I'm actually actively speaking to just shy of 10 other influencers about possibly working with them. So we will see what comes of that in the next few weeks. But that's definitely one of the areas that we've found in the past to create the largest amount of hype and hopefully awareness.
Also, it's since we are now very soon launching the V2 of the interface, spending money right now while the design is, well, will be the old one in just a few days a week, that would be really also a waste of money. If they have to evaluate or to present an interface, it's better to wait a bit and to let them use the new interface rather than the old one.
Yeah, so that's all going to be part of the bigger marketing push that we do closer to the next phase 4. Let's call it. Yeah. So other than that, we're doing a number of different things to kind of either reach new people. So, for example, the next campaign on the list here is the Getting Started in Crypto campaign. So the idea with this is that, trading bots are great for newbies because they don't need to know technical analysis. They don't need to have, years of trading experience to activate a bot. They just need to follow a few basic steps. So our thought was, well, if we can get in front of newbies when they're at the stage that I think a lot of people still are, where they're like, yeah, I know about crypto, I know it exists, I want to put some money in there and let it start to grow, but I have no idea where to even start. So the idea with this is that we've created a webinar which we will begin to air or present, and we'll run paid ads. Because it's training, we can target acquisition channels like Facebook ads, maybe Google ads that we haven't been able to target before because they don't allow crypto. So that's a sort of a get up what's in the mind of these people very early on is the idea with that. Then we have been running this NFT giveaway. It's part of a 12 card series, and pretty soon we're going to start the 4th month of that, any day now, I think. We're just trying to finalize details with our NFT marketplace partner Twinsy about something special that we're going to try and do with them. And they're a really cool, very, very professional, switched on team. So they're so responsive and on the ball. So I'm hoping that we're going to do something really cool with them. More details on that. I'm not allowed to say anything just yet. I was hoping I would have something to tell you by today, but unfortunately, I'm still waiting to get final approval on that from their side. So fingers crossed, but I think it's going to be something really cool. And the next one coming up is going to be the DGen is the next card. for the degenerate crypto people. So yeah, Educate Newbies campaign. Yeah, this is just a video series. We've got a lot of the videos made already. I would say we're about 75% complete on this already. And again, the idea is just like if a newbie came along, how would they figure out all the different things that they need to do to get, to get up and running on UpBots. So,
Yeah, we are spending a lot of time also on this. But well, since also we have a new product, there is a lot of new features that we are trying to develop in comparison with the competitors. It's also important to have all those videos, and also for the newbies, as you said earlier, some people are discovering the cryptos. That's also one public and one target we try to attract on the interface, and so for them especially, we really need to educate them.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we have a Git book that's very comprehensive. It has all of the videos that we've had made. We had a bunch of videos professionally made, and they deal with bite-sized aspects of things. And you could, if you have the time and energy and no ADD, you could go in there and you'd figure it out no problem, and definitely get the answers you need. But this is just it's just coming at the same information from a slightly different perspective. It's kind of like, okay, step one, this is what you need to do first. This is the second thing you need to do. And it literally takes a newbie by the hand and leads them through all of the various steps they have to do to turn their dollars or their euros or their yen or whatever into UBXT, and then to get trading bots up and running. So that's the idea there. And because as we've talked about before, more users on the trading bot means more yay for everybody, absolutely every participant in the ecosystem. And then, we're actively seeking out interview opportunities, whether that's text, podcast, video, doesn't matter. So we're actively looking at things where we can get Ben's opinions or my opinions or faces or whatever voices onto any media. So if you have any contacts or if you are a podcast or anything like that, we'd love to jump on your show. So feel free to reach out.
Exactly. Even if you have any idea or contact around you. Actually, I just received, while you were talking, Neil, I just received one message from a user telling me he had a really good contact with one influencer. So I will share it with you after the call, but if you have any contact, whatever, contact us and let us know. That's always maybe interesting.
Definitely, yeah. Everybody can help, So, we've been running a live stream campaign where multiple times a month we'll host a live stream, either updating you on the development of UpBots or interviewing guests who may have an opinion or may be of interest to traders. Ultimately, we want to build a community of traders, because that's what the platform is all about. It's all about trading crypto to build wealth. And part of that's manual. We want to attract master traders as well. So having really good interviews with, with awesome crypto projects gives us an opportunity to spread the word, introduce UpBots to new users, and of course, introduce our partner to our community as well. And then, I'm currently at the moment, I'm talking to animators about repurposing our visual content campaigns, the one that I talked about a few slides ago, into video format. This will broaden our audience through the audience available through new channels, and hopefully people that we're not currently reaching by helping us exist more and be more visible on other platforms.
Right. So
as you can see, just to circle the square on that. As you can see, we've really got quite a lot on our plate in marketing. So anybody who thinks that we're not doing anything in the marketing department, I hope you can look at this video and see that, in fact, for a team of 4, we're super, super busy.
And still, it's still the beginning, it's the very beginning. Now, we as we said, we cannot spend too much budget because the market wasn't in favor of that, etc., etc. So we had lots planned for the future, and well, all the paid advertising will also be launched when the V2 will be ready. So
yeah, and also I would like to also just add that this is I'm just talking about August and possibly the start of September in this. By the end of September, we'll be running extra new campaigns that aren't even covered here. So yeah, we're always working our butts off.
Right. Well, you explained everything about the marketing, and thank you, Neil, for that. I will just now make a point about the PancakeSwap farm pool. So maybe you saw it today. The pool has been stopped, and actually it was the initial deal. So the deal we had with PancakeSwap was to have a pool for 3 months, and for that, if you are staking your BUSD UBXT on PancakeSwap and stake the LP token on PancakeSwap again, you will receive cake. So it was a very good initiative. And now it has been stopped, and it was a great success because we had more than 2 million staked on PancakeSwap thanks to that. And now the question is, what we will do now? Well, if you are here for more than 3 months, maybe you remember that we had already a LP pool on BSC on the UpBots interface. We disabled it since we had the pool on Pancake, but we just activated it again. And so now you can stake your LP token on UpBots and you will receive an incentive for that, exactly like it was on Pancake. So we activated it and allocated some UBXT there too, but we want to put it to a vote. So it will change, and we will listen to the opinion on the community, because as you know, UpBots is a DAO, so decentralized organization, and your opinion is very, very important. Here we took the decision ourselves because because the pool just has been withdrawn, but now we would like to have your opinion and see what we will do with those pools. So we will draw up first proposal, and this proposal will then be submitted to the community to vote for or against. And so it will concern, well, do we keep that LP pool or do we just cancel it? Do we move everything to maybe ETH? That's also a solution. And if we keep it open, how many tokens do we give per block? And do we change the distribution between the different pools? Because, well, that will have an impact on the tokenomics. If we are sharing too much UBXT, it means that we will have a sell pressure on the market because people will withdraw the UBXT trying to sell them, but at the same time, it allows to have more stakers. So, well, we're gonna ask you your opinion about that and follow your decision. So we plan to share the new proposal in the coming days. And as I said, you will decide. And the last slide about some answer to some of the most common questions. The first one is, why are there no performance fees distributed on BSC? So currently, the performance fees that UpBots is taking after the trades is only sent to the ETH pool. Why? Because the whole process is on the blockchain directly, and so it's automatic. One token cannot be on the ETH blockchain and on the BSC blockchain at the same time. And actually, to be able to give the performance fees on both blockchains like this, it's actually a real nightmare. It means that we would have to send tokens on the other chain. The conversion, well, you will have to pay some gas for that. And in the end, the results is the advantage is actually lower than just withdraw the tokens on the ETH blockchain. But actually, having this pool on BSC is not the top priority. Currently, we want to and we have to make a big focus on the core features of UpBots. For example, there is the margin trading, adding new exchanges, having the social copy trading. Those features will bring new users, will increase the usage of the tokens, and then will have a higher impact on the price than just having the performance fees pool on the BSC blockchain as well. But it's still on the to-do list, it's still on the planning, and as soon as we can, we're gonna check a little bit more the challenge there and look for a solution. But it's just for now, the priority is somewhere else. The second question is, why aren't we listed on one more exchange? Well, currently we are on 6 different exchanges. There is Uniswap, the first DEX according to CoinMarketCap. There is also PancakeSwap, the second one, SushiSwap, number 6 in the list. There is KuCoin, which is the 4th centralized exchange. There is FTX as well, and there is Serum. So we are already listed on many places. I understand the question, because you think that by being on a new exchange, you will increase the number of users and it will pump the price, etc. First of all, this impact is generally a short-term impact. Secondly, well, currently we are still a very small market cap, and it means that it could be, well, for example, for Binance, it's just impossible to be listed there for the moment. We first need to increase, well, the volume and also the price of the token to be able to be listed there. And for other exchange, you will have to pay a lot of money. It means that we have to spend money on a new exchange for, well, we don't know really the impact it will have, rather than spending on more development for the IT or more marketing. So it's still on the planning as well to be listed on more exchange, of course. But currently, it's not also the top priority and maybe the right moment. We first need to have more traction on the token to go to an exchange and ask him for a listing. Same, for example, for the market making. In order to have orders on a new exchange, we need to add a lot of UBXT there and to add a lot of USDT, for example. It also means that it will increase the number of available token on the market. So in the end, that's not really good for the users. We are still talking with different exchanges, looking where we could be and trying to have a deal for the right moment, because here the timing is really important, but it has to be at the right timing. It's exactly as we said, Neil, for the marketing. Making a marketing campaign while the market is going down is completely useless. So we have to choose the right moment to be listed on a new exchange. And then another question, when will the prod version be released? So, well, the commercial version. To be honest, the commercial version is already live because it's the beta commercial version, but the users are currently paying to use the bots. So it's already a kind of commercial version. As we said, we didn't make a big marketing campaign. We are still making a classical marketing campaign with the different campaign Neil talked about on Twitter and the different media, the AMA, the articles. But for sure, for the V2, we will have far more, obviously, because at that point, the objective will be to attract a lot of new users. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you want to add something, Neil.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I think when we go to that, we're at that point, we'll be looking at spending money on influencers, on ads and things like that. We're kind of in between at the moment. So yeah, I think I outlined already what we're going to do with marketing, but there is budget there to be spent on marketing, and it will be spent basically in the next, between now and when we get to prod version, to quote the question.
Yeah. All right. Well, V2, I think that's it. I just took those 3 questions. If you have other, and if I see other recurring question, I will try to answer them in the next video. So feel free also to ask me question in DM, but also the support team is often sending us all the question if they are coming often. So well, it should be fine. It's the end of this video. It was quite long. Thanks a lot, Neil, for being here with me. It was important to explain the marketing plan for the coming weeks, as well as the IT and the rest. But thank you all for joining us today. And as always, feel free to contact us on every possible channel or email or Telegram contact. We will always be there to answer to you. So thanks a lot and have a good day. Bye-bye, Neil.
Au revoir.